This is the Speck Fab Shell, the Burton edition for the iPhone 4, all models including the 4S. And I picked this up at speckproducts.com. It's going to run you about $39.95. I haven't seen it in local stores yet or Apple stores, but it might be making its way there, so keep your eyes open. Packaging it comes in looks just like this with Speck on one side, Burton on the other. And this case, I would say, if you mixed a little bit of Candyshell with the Speck fitted, and also even a little bit of the Pixel Skin HD, this is the end result. So they've taken concepts of all of those cases. This is not as bulky as a Speck Candyshell, so you're not going to have to worry about the additional bulk. And to kind of give you a size comparison, here is the Candyshell on one side, and here is the Burton. So it is a little bit smaller, not a whole heck of a lot, but a little bit. And it is a little bit lighter as well. So installation is the same. I'm not going to walk you through that. You slide the phone into one end, push it down, and same thing to remove it. You can watch my removal videos and installation videos on the Speck Candyshell that I've done. But this is what it looks like up close. It does have a textured back to it. It is available in numerous colors and styles. And this is a 4S that is in this case right now. This is hex plaid. And it's got a really nice texture to it that adds to the grippiness of this case. And that also is included along the side here. You can see Burton Speck along the side. Here is how it looks on the bottom with everything lining up just fine. A note, just like the Candyshell, I tried this with my Sony dock, and it doesn't work without using a dock extender. So it is a little bit thick at the bottom here in the dock area, so you've got to keep that in mind, that if you intend on using this and keeping your phone in the case, when you dock it, you might need to invest in a dock extender. Those run about $20 or so. You saw the generous opening for the camera, so it's not going to impact any of your flash pictures that you take or photos. Here's the buttons on the side that are covered up, as well as your rocker switch. And again, this is a 4S, so everything lines up just fine. Up atop, you see what that looks like. Now, a couple of things about the buttons. The sleep awake button is a little bit more rigid, so it is a little bit more difficult to engage. Nothing too terrible. It's not requiring excessive force, but it is a little bit, touchy there. So you got to apply some force. Maybe that will break down over time and be a little bit easier. The side volume buttons are very easy to press. I have no issues with that. And you can even hear a little bit of a tactile kind of clicking response when you click on those. It does have a bit of a lay on the table design, very similar to the Speck Candyshell, so your screen is not touching when you lay this thing down. And again, I like this case because of the material. It adds that extra grip. And this thermal plastic is not going to flake. So the new Candyshells really don't have much of an issue with the flaking along the sides here. But for those of you who are still concerned about it, this case shouldn't have it. It's a different material around the lip here, so you're not going to run into issues there. Again, this is available now. If you guys have questions, comments, feedback, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I think that this is a pretty good case, and it provides pretty good drop protection. Definitely the Candyshell will provide greater drop protection than this, but this one's still right up there in my opinion. That is the Burton Fab Shell by Speck. Take care, everybody. Have fun.